Okay. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm just a guy who bought this microphone yesterday, and unfortunately, we couldn't secure Ryan Reynolds for today. So, today we're going to invite one of our own City College of New York bio majors. So, thank you for joining us today. Well, thank you for having me on your show either way.
My first question is, what kind of food do bio majors eat?
Primarily, bio majors eat mostly canned or prepackaged foods, as we just simply do not have the energy to make our own food from scratch. So one of my favorite foods I like to make is the Bush's baked beans. Have you ever tried those?
Yeah, they're really
Yeah,
good.
they're very nice. You cook them for about 20 minutes, and after that you give it one final stir, and I usually take a sample before I make sure to turn the stove off. And after that I would let it sit for some time, because, I don't want to burn my tongue. So what do you do in the meantime then? Well, in the meantime, I usually like to engage in saxophone activities, by which I mean I play my saxophone, as I am a former jazz player for about 7 years. Wow, that is a long time playing the saxophone. Yeah, I started in middle school in a high school band, and I would just do it for fun in the middle of the night. It feels cool. I feel like the saxophone is the coolest of all of the instruments in a jazz band, don't you think? Have you ever listened to Careless Whisper? Unbelievable. One of the most iconic sax solos of all time. Unbelievable. Well, besides your class readings, what else do you like to read? Yeah, I do read stuff out of class. Sometimes I like to keep up with the journalistic take on current events, and I would sit down and have a nice cup of green tea, and then I would, spend a few minutes relaxing my eyes on some, good old-fashioned paper and words from a magazine I would pick up from the regular old, CVS or Rite Aid. Well, now I've heard rumors that bio majors actually don't take showers. Care to create a defense for that claim? Of course I take a shower. What kind of question is that? Yes, I take a shower. I would, same as anybody else, I would go and take my towel. I would go make sure all my soap is there. And I turn on, I turn on the water, whether I start out hot. I like to go a little cold because, I don't want to dry out my skin. I have psoriasis, so, I don't want to have, bad skin when I go to sleep. So I do that, and then I just sit there. Yeah. It's a common theme among bio majors, since we're so utterly depressed, that we just sit there in the shower and contemplate life, as we undertook such an impossible major that we've decided that we're just doing it for our parents at this point. Oh, wow, I feel so much of your pain. Well, by the time we're done crying and everything, the beans are ready, so after that I like to make a good footstool with what I have available, and I enjoy the beans that I've cooked with a nice side of Peak Fiction while I'm at it. Peak Fiction is what I consider the best of the best when it comes to television or movies, and I would just, relax for about 50 minutes each time, eat my dinner, watch some Peak Fiction. Wait, are you referring to Better Call Saul? Yes, I'm talking about Better Call Saul, yes, of course. And after that, I would do a little light gaming. So, what do you consider light gaming? Light gaming for me is whenever I am able to get first place in online Mario Kart. Yeah, it takes a little while, but it's a good exercise for me. They say video games help with hand-eye coordination. So, what time exactly is your light gaming sessions? I think anytime after 2 is okay, like a little after 2 a.m. It's an okay time to be light gaming. Yeah, and after that I have around 3, maybe 2.5 hours of sleep before I go to school. And yeah, that seems like a pretty successful night for a bio major. So, when do you spend time studying then? No, I don't study at all. I've completely given up on life. Wow, this has been a very eye-opening session for me. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for having me. And, yeah, this is a very interesting conversation I just had with you. And, don't forget, tune in next week. We'll have another random City College student complain about their life. Have a nice evening and drive home safe.